What's up, YouTube? We have breaking news here that Tory Lanez have been sentenced to 10 years in prison. We're going to bring you all this live from Megan Cuniff. He have been sentenced to a decade in prison. Right now, he have been sentenced to a decade in prison. I need everybody to share this live. Do not share this live. We have this information here that he have been sentenced to a decade in prison. I need everybody to share this live and thumbs up. He have been sentenced to 10 years in prison. Any receipts that you all have, send it to my DM. Send it to my DM. Tory Lanez sent to 10 years after he was found guilty in December of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, sentenced to 10 years in prison. That is coming from a award-winning journalist, Philip Lewis. He just came back from the National Association of Black Journalism. Definitely have been sentenced to 10 years in prison, as you all can tell. That have happened right now. If you have any information here, and this is a person that have been, I'm going to get all of the thing here, and I'm going to go to Megan Cuniff because she actually had the tea breaking it down from word for word of what he have been charged with, and I mean what his lawyers tried to do to get him out of prison. They said he was a drunk. They said he was an alcoholic, drunk. He was mentally unstable, all of these things. And it did not work at all. They said, no, if you was a drunk and all of that, and then how can you say all of these things? And you're saying that you are a public or public figure and that you are a positive role model to your son, that's have happened. And you're saying that you're crazy. How can you be crazy when you're saying that you are a public figure to your son? Like, come on now. You can't say that. Of course, a lot of people are upset. A lot of programs is very upset. She's having her mental breakdown right now. Definitely there. So hopefully let's pray that she's around family. Her husband can be there to help her out. But as of right now, she is definitely breaking down and crying right now, having a mental breakdown. He will be 41 years old getting out if he survived prison, because prison is hard. That ain't no school. Prison is definitely hard. So we're going to make sure here prison is very hard. That ain't no, you know what I'm saying, you going to school, going to college. It's hard in prison. Okay, people get their manhood taken from prison. He's not going to no summer camp. He's going to hard prison here. As you know, right now, they said Jesse and Tory Lanez have been sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. As of right now, they say this is from Megan Thee Stallion, her statement that she gave to the court, because in a sentencing phase, the victim can give a statement. She said this is directly from her letter to the judge. Quote, he lied to anyone that would listen and pay bloggers to demystify false information about the case on social media. He released music videos and songs to damage my character and to continue his crusade. Megan Thee Stallion written a statement at Tory Lanez sentencing. He definitely put it out there. He had bloggers like everybody saying lies, saying he's not going to prison, that it's all fake news, that this is all a scam because he's black. He did not do this. He's innocent. This didn't happen. And I kept trying to tell people, I said, no, he's going to prison. This have happened. He is guilty, guilty, guilty. He is guilty. Many people say, shut up, Wiley, you slow, you stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Didn't you go to the slow class? Yeah, I went to the slow class, but they did have a television screen about the law, and I knew he was going to jail. Okay? So the bloggers, Milagro Grams, the bloggers, Armand Wiggins, the other bloggers, DJ Academics, were putting out this false information. So many people that have been false information that have been going out about Tory Lanez, saying that this man is innocent and that he's going to get out. It's so many people that could have been paid over here that were paid bloggers. Megan have put it out there that he have not learned his lesson. He put it out there. He had Iggy Azalea coming out there writing statements for him as well. So we're going to get that reaction for you as well. We are definitely sharing this all around the nation. It is going live. Everybody is talking about it all over the show. And it was definitely a lot. We also got another update from Megan Cuniff as well. We're bringing it live as we get it. We need producers in there tweeting this link out to people. If you ain't tweeting the link out, if I don't see your Twitter on the Wiley Show, you gone as a moderator because you don't need to be here. You're lazy. So if I don't see any of my moderators, you better be tweeting this link out on your social media or you will be removed. Okay, and blocked. You won't even have my number no more. You will be blocked completely. I will act like I don't know you. I will dump you in the trash like Holly Berry dumped Isaiah in the trash when she had to get that hit from the crack house. So if I go on your social media, if you did not share it, you are gone. Don't even text me. I act like I know. If you see me at the grocery store, act like you don't know me. Okay, now, because we see everything. All right, so let's go back to Megan Cuniff here. This is the part where she said, let me get his full statement here. I want to make sure we get everything that she say here on the chat. Give me a second. Okay. Get her full statement here. All right. So let's share. Let's do a little screen share here so you all can see it. All right. Here we go. This is what I'm saying here. Boom. Just saying Tory Lanez have been sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. We got that. Now let's scroll down because Megan Cuniff dropping a T. Tory spoke for several minutes. He said he still cares about Megan. He called her someone I still care for dearly to this day, regardless of what she may think of him. He said the victims, my friend, he talks about bonding with her over the loss of their mothers. Yeah, you bonded around right here in Pinky Toe. Megan Cuniff also, this is a statement from Tory Lanez. We both lost our mothers. We should sit there and drink until we get numb. Tory Lanez said of Megan Thee Stallion. Also, Megan Cuniff wrote this about the shooting. I said some very, very immature things that I shouldn't have said, revealed some secrets I shouldn't have revealed. That is what Tory Lanez have said in this particular case. Many people was predicting that Tory Lanez was going to get out. Many people were saying, don't worry, Wiley. He's innocent. He's getting out of prison. Ain't nothing that you can do about it. He getting out. You slow. You stupid. You ain't gonna never happen. He getting out. He gonna be walking around free. Okay. One particular blogger, a drunk, said he's gonna be walking around with the ancestors, and the ancestors gonna escort him out. Milagro Graham told me this morning that Harriet Tubman from the grave is going to rescue him and get him to freedom like she got him to freedom during the Underground Railroad. She told me that directly this morning when I was at the airport on my way to Chicago, waiting to get on my flight. She said that Harriet Tubman is going to come out and escort him from the grave, wake up and just rise and say, come on, brother, you free. Clearly that have not happened. He's in prison for 10 years. All right. He's in prison for 10 years. And definitely this is a decade because, again, he committed a crime. He shot Megan. He committed this vicious crime as well. And a lot of people that is here, he will be in jail. He was in jail for a couple of months since since he was sentenced. And that was like a couple of months ago. But he still got a lot. He got years. He got years, okay? He got years. If you want to be a moderator, I need you to see you on social media. Share on social media. You better tag me. Whoever do it the most, you will be a moderator, because that means you're working outside. We got moderators working all outside. If you don't do that, if I don't see myself being tagged on Instagram, you gone as a moderator. You better get the tag and share on Twitter. You better send it to everybody that you know that this have happened, because many people say he's going to get out. He's going to be free. Oh, he's going to be so free. Oh, man, he's going to be free. Ain't none going to happen to Tory Lanez. He free. Everything that people said. Oh, man, Wiley, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And I said, he committed a damn crime. When you know, if you shoot somebody in the pinky toe, you going to prison. Why is it that we gave this man a different standard? I don't understand that. We put out there on the internet that, Tory Lanez was this activist. He never was an activist. Tory Lanez never was an activist. He never activated nothing. He never was out there protesting to get people out of jail, none of that. And if he was, he neglected to continue to have that persona because he decided to shoot Megan Thee Stallion in her foot. He decided to do it. He decided to shoot her in her foot and then told all of these bloggers to lie and say it was just glass, that it wasn't a bullet. We all knew that it was. We knew that what it was. We knew that he shot her. He was charged. This have happened. I'm like, I don't understand why we having this double standard for Tory Lanez. To me, to this day, I don't understand it. Maybe somebody else can make me explain to understand this. I personally don't get it, because at the end of the day, we as African-American people, we must hold our people to the same standard. We must hold them to the same standard, even though Tory Lanez did get mistreated in the system in this regard, because Trump was charged with a crime, didn't get fingerprinted, he didn't get handcuffed. This man got fingerprinted, handcuffed, and he got an order of protection. Well, he couldn't speak about Megan Thee Stallion, but yet President Trump can drag and harass his victims all day long or intimidate witnesses. But Tory couldn't. He had an order of protection against him. But even during that process for Tory Lanez, he still was harassing Megan. He showed up with the baby bringing Tory Lanez out as a special guest while he had an order of protection against him. So he still was committing these crimes, these vicious crimes, and breaking the law. He literally harassed none other than Megan Thee Stallion. He harassed her. He did. He sat and he harassed this lady over and over again. And it's nothing that y'all can say and sit and speak differently. The man did. He harassed her. He did. I don't know if anybody else can agree with that, but that man did harass her. He did. He did this crime. And one thing I can say about the California prison system, it was definitely one of the worst thing ever. Okay. Now give me a second here. Tory Lanez, for those that did not know, Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison. All of these fake bloggers that try to be journalists lied. He was sentenced for 10 years. The justice system got it right. This is not an OJ. This is not a guy that was falsely accused. He actually did the crime. He actually harmed Megan Thee Stallion. He actually taunted this black woman. So on the behalf of black women around the country, around the world, that finally we have justice for a black woman. Finally, a black woman cries out for help, was answered. Finally, it took a jury, it took a judge, a black judge at that, to bring justice to this situation. Finally, that Megan Thee Stallion can sleep good at night knowing that her abuser, attacker, a popper is in prison and will spend the next decade in prison. His son will be a teenager when Tory Lanez, if he ever sees the light of day, will be released. Son will be 16 years old. So I have to understand that, like, it's a lot that's going on, and people's like, oh wow, Wiley, you wrong, and they cussed me out on social media. I was dragged, I was harassed by these Tory Lanez sickos, these psychos that was calling me on my phone, harassing me, saying that I'm against men, that I'm a pick me, and all of these things. And I said, clearly he committed a crime. Okay. I don't understand that. He committed a crime. Now we're gonna open up the lines for y'all to come in. Give me a second here. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Don't call in yet. I'm gonna open up the phone lines and let you all call in if y'all have something to say. But this is something, man. This to me is what I call justice. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you disagree with this, if you mad, if you press, but this is justice. This is justice. This is justice, justice, justice. Baby, I'm happy. I am so happy because everybody kept hating on Megan Thee Stallion because they were jealous. Megan is a celebrity. Megan worked hard. She didn't deserve to be shot. We do know that. You do know as a woman, you don't deserve to be shot. No woman in this world unprovoked deserved to be shot. No woman in this world deserved to be that way. And Megan wasn't believed. They literally made fun of her. They did. Her people, her own people made fun of her. Her own people. This, I'm not talking about the white man. I ain't talking about the system. I'm talking about black folks made fun of her, said that she's a Megan the liar Stallion. They call her La Stallion. They literally sat and just taunted this lady for no reason at all. You mean to tell me that we're putting out here in the universe that we going to make fun of a true victim? Like, she put it out there that she was shot. But everybody was making fun of her. No, you wasn't. B, shut up. And they made fun of her. They was dropping bells and everything else. Then you had people, our black creators, going to the courthouse. Them people thought it was a fashion show. They show up to the courthouse thinking it's a fashion show, thinking they walking at the Met Gala, the to-be version Met Gala. Wasn't even real labels, fake labels. Went there breaking the law, recording her. They recording in the courtroom. You never seen any of that stuff happening. Dressing with fake Gucci and Prada. The area was all out. Their chest meat was leaking out. I mean, no underwear. I mean, just taking over the court because they really thought this to be great. And then now they were banned from the courtroom. And then you see journalists that say Dennis Byron flip-flopper. He was like, well, this court have not been the same since it. Well, the reporting is dry because I miss Armand reporting and I miss Milagro. No, they were the two controversial liars that said he's going to get off free. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He's going to get off free. He didn't do this. And clearly this is all a lie. They lied. Baby, if you look at what Armand and Milagro in particularly was reporting about it, it's a whole lie. You'd have thought like they was like Tory was going to be walking out free doing the moonwalk. You'd have thought that man would be walking around free because how they was reporting it. You'd have really thought Tory Lanez got 10 years in prison. But when let's break down the trial. Oh, they got it. Oh, he got a strong defense. He didn't do it. They didn't even know how to deliver the facts because they was extremely biased. They didn't know how to deliver the facts. Only thing they knew how to deliver, and they flopped there, is their outfits, looking like the Doublemint twins. They came out, and I'm like, well, they think this is a fashion show. They man said, skip this. This is a fashion show. I'm about to, did all that. And then their ego got bruised because they was kicked out of the courthouse. Their ego literally got bruised because they was kicked out. And then I told the people, I said, they're not just kicked out, they're banned. No, Wiley, you're stupid. You're a liar. They're not banned. Then they thought, oh no, we just can't go as media, but we could just go as the general public. Came out. You can't go as media, as the general public. The deputy said, you're not welcome in this establishment on the court grounds. I just don't understand that. And then it came out, bam, Wiley was right again. I was right. I knew he was guilty. I said, this man is guilty. He did this crime. There is no big conspiracy. Then his daddy with the fake hairpiece, he get up there and say, it's Rock Nation. Rock Nation did this to my son. They did. They tried to blame Rock Nation and Jay-Z. Jay-Z don't care nothing about your son. He ain't did that. They try to make it about everybody else instead of them taking the responsibility for your son's failure. And you failed as a father. And he failed as a son. And you're supposed to be a preacher. You have failed. You failed. Sat there, like, I just want to tell you right now, in the justice of my son, I blame Jay-Z and Rock Nation for bringing this against my son, bruh. Sit your stupid behind down, bruh. You are a fraud. Your son have an anger problem. Your son shot Megan. It's that end of case. This wasn't no big old conspiracy from Rock Nation. They wasn't in that SUV truck. Your son was in there, had his weapon, and then Megan testified that he did it. So did her friend. And then she tried to recant. That opened the door for the prosecutor to say, well, Your Honor, she's recanting and putting our reputation on the line. And she's speaking a different tone. When we was questioning her, when she talked to us under, we taped her, and that opened up for that evidence. And you saw Kelsey, the ex-best friend of Megan Thee Stallion. She said, yes, Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. So again, it happened. But y'all was listening to these bloggers that had a narrative because they didn't like Megan, because they never going to be Megan. Nowhere near. And then they talking about all that, and that's what the big thing right there. You heard her words directly in court. You heard her words directly in court. Her voice, the recording, the video. You seen her crying. This was Megan's friend saying he shot her. He cried. She was crying about the incident, about the problem. But she was only pissed at Megan because Megan changed on her. She didn't want to be involved with the situation no more because she was embarrassed that it came out that she was fucking Tory. And then she said, well, I'm going to drop my friend, Kelsey, because I was fucking Tory. Now they calling me that I can't be trusted because I fucked my best friend, Megan. And so to save face, she pulled away from her best friend. End of story. And that pissed Kelsey off. So she said, you know what? I'm going to get you back. She went there and said, I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember that I said that. I don't remember. Did I say, can I consult with my attorney? I just don't remember. Did I? What? She went in and acted like she got dementia. Like she just don't remember. And that effed up the case because that opened that door up. Okay, you want to play stupid? We already got you under oath, like talking to us in the prosecutor's office, in the state's attorney office. The judge was like, well, we got to open that up. And they played that. And that was the nail in the coffin to Tory Lanez defense. There was two. That was Megan said he did it and her friend. And they both was in that SUV truck. Not the neighbor that's looking up and out of his window. The two people that was in that SUV truck have went and said it in the court, and the jury heard those words that Tory shot Megan. But everybody was moving past that because you get people that's very loud, very powerful, very great. They're loud, they're black, they're a woman, they're ghetto, they're ratchet, they're neglecting their children, and they come in here and they spewing all these lies, leaving their babies that they claim they got custody of, flying to California just to lie. One of the women literally went to the courthouse, and her name is Milagro Grams. Baby, she went to the courthouse and she went to say hey to Tory. Hey, Tory, hey. You know what Tory did? He walked his black ass and kept moving, act like she didn't exist. Like, he kept walking. She was like, hey, Tory, and this go Tory, y'all. That go Tory. And he kept walking. And what did we do? We took that. I said, you doing all this tap dancing, neglecting your children's well-being to follow a man that don't give a damn about you. The only reason why he got your daddy on the phone, got you doing the dirty work, just to get under Megan Thee Stallion nerves, because he wants to apply all this harassment so she can go and plead to the prosecutor, say, please drop the charges. Please, I don't want to cooperate. I don't want to cooperate, because if they didn't have Megan, it was no case. That's it, and it flopped. It didn't work. And Megan was like, you know what? You pissing me off because I can't stand Milagro Grams. I really want to snatch her up, but I can't do that because I'm a celebrity and I'm rich. So I'm going to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get you back in the court system. You're going to prison. And I can tell that when she went there and she wrote that letter and she said, he's not remorseful. He was harassing me. He's not that. He's paying those bloggers, that's Milagro-Grams and DJ Academics, paid them to harass me. And then what did Tory Lanez do when he was doing this? He was promising them a podcast. I want to get Milagro-Grams to do a podcast. He was promising those people a podcast. And I came out and said, you ain't getting no podcast. You are a social media you are a social sharecropper, a social media sharecropper. That's what you is. You know what a sharecropper is? You know, back in the day, our ancestors, they would work and plant the field, and every day they think they're gonna own that motherfucking field, and then get to the end of the harvest, and then the it's like, well, no, you didn't make that much money because we got to take this deduction, the equipment, and this up. They never could get it, but they keep doing it year after year for decades because they in hopes one day this gonna be my land. Many people have died and never got that land. That's what these celebrities do. They get on here, manipulate weak women like Milagro, weak men like DJ Academics, and say, hey, I'm going to give you a podcast. I'm famous. I'm popping. Milagro got turned on by that. She was really, really horny, and then came out. He played her because he never gave her the podcast. He didn't speak to her. He kept walking, and then that is what pissed him off. And then he told her to harass Megan Cunha. She started taking pictures and talking about her cock eyes and taking pictures with Megan Cunha on the laptop. She started harassing Megan Cunha. And what happened? They broke the law of the court, and they were banned. Then he talked to the daddy. Well, try to get Milagro to come into court because she's my only ally, and she's very loud and black because she's a black urban blogger, and she talks to the black social media, so they love her work. So get her back, please get her back. So the father went to the deputies and said, well, I want Milagro-Grams to sit with the family. I demand, under the power of God and Buddha, that she sit with the family. You know what them deputies said? I said, hell no. She ain't sit with no family. She is banned. And guess what she had to do? She went in that courthouse. She went in there asking them questions. She wasn't doing it at all. And then the point about with Milagro, she started attacking other reasonable bloggers, media outlets like Nick at Night. Trashed her, dogged her, looked at a different way. They teamed up against her. Her and Armand, Pick Me. They trashed against her. And guess who had all the exclusive? Neek. These other people, they was chasing the clout. They had the audacity to say, we the new black media. Look at us. We dress like the same. They was dressing the same and then come to lie to the internet. We didn't plan to dress like this. We didn't plan to look like this. It just so happened that we was dressing up like two peppermints. But I promise you, we didn't plan to dress up like that. Oh no, we didn't plan. Get in here right now. Deposit your check. We didn't do that. Look at that. They went to the courthouse for a fashion show. They didn't go there to report, to get to the truth. They went there to grow their individual brands. Because Armand Wiggins said he wasn't going to go. This before his back was all twisted and he got a Percocet addiction. He said, I ain't going. But he saw how Milagro was going viral. So let's get into this. Milagro, she showed an outfit, her chest meat, she looking bad built. According to the streets, they trashed her. Armand went on Twitter, dogged her out. Do you know what Milagro-Grams did? She embraced it because she liked to be disrespected. She liked to be cussed out. She don't like men that respect her. She's not used to that. Just like when I went to her station head, when she was having a mental breakdown, she was just cussing me out because she wanted to provoke me to call her B words and MFs. But I switched it. I said, you had a man that cussed you out and disrespected you all on social media. And you know what you did? You gave him a free French fries, $50 French fries, with cheese, overpriced French fries. You gave him a hug, and y'all was smoking a blunt in his place. That's what you did. So don't act like you upset about what I say. He called you so many B's and of all bad built everything. Y'all had a beef that he was gonna pull up and do harm to you. You embraced that brother, so you ain't got no right to say anything about me when you embrace a man that dogged you on the internet, and he have more of a reach than I do. So we knew you was trash, ain't gonna never be nothing, gonna always be single, always chasing a man. Yeah, you're gonna be over Tory Lanez, then you're gonna chase another man that's gonna get in them draws, that's gonna lick and lap you, that's gonna tear you up in your backside and whisper in your ear that I'm gonna make you a superstar. I'm gonna make you the new Ali. I'm gonna make you the new Megan Thee Stallion. I'm gonna, since Beyonce your cousin, I'm gonna make you the new Beyonce. And that ain't gonna never happen. Because you're gonna do all that dirty work. And they're gonna walk past your back behind like Tory did you. All right. So that's the end of that. That's why they ain't covering it, because they embarrassed. They ain't outside. They ain't breaking no story because they didn't care nothing about Tory Lanez. They didn't care nothing about black people because, okay, you banned from the courthouse. So why you can't be outside with your notebook and your pen? Outside, you just couldn't be inside the court building, but you could be outside because that's public. You weren't even outside. You know why? Because you didn't give a darn about Tory. You didn't care nothing about that situation. You only cared to go viral, and you wanted the shade room and ball alert and all the post. And you know what they did? They didn't post y'all. They didn't post y'all at all. Okay? They post Megan Cuna, the white woman. That's who they post. They post the white woman. They ain't posting them. Nope. Get out of my face. I ain't posting them nothing. They ain't post y'all at all. They post a white woman, Megan Cuna. And then LA Times, they were dragging the bloggers. They said, listen, y'all new to this. We do this for our job. This is our 9 to 5. We cover cases. We cover cases. But they tried to make it like black and white, and guess who lost? They did. Tory in jail for a decade. Now, Milagro Graham's got to spin a narrative that it was this injustice, it was the entire system. But girl, whatever how you try to spin it like them edges, you can't spin this. He did the crime. That short man gonna have to do the time because he did it. Okay? This wasn't no little petty little beef. This was a serious crime. All right? So we're gonna go more into that before we open up the phone lines. I just want y'all to know where we going here. Yeah, I see you. I understand. I know your feelings hurt. I know you embarrassed. I'll be embarrassed too. You did all that spit and yelling, neglecting your family that you claimed you got custody of and husband. Yeah, that's debatable. That could be all a lie because who got all that and you flying around difficult for a man that did harm and crime. Get up out of here. So give me a second. I'm going to see if anything else have been leaked on the social media here, and we're going to get into that because we are everywhere here. And I just want to make sure that we can go here and talk about this stuff because it is definitely here as well. And so we are definitely talking about this all over social media when it comes to this type of way. And then here we go. Let's put what Megan Cuna has said as well here. Megan Cuna have said this as well. I'm going to bring this picture down and show you all this. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to show y'all this here. I'm going to share y'all this because this is a true journalist that's doing her job. This is her bread and butter. This is a home court advantage. She said, here's my quick article on today. She updated it. She got handwritten notes. She typed it up. This is all up on there. You can go to legalaffairs.trials.com, but I ain't paying to go there. I'm going to see it for free, okay? Because we already got the highlights. I don't need all the meat and potatoes. I just need to know how much time he got. I do not need to go read an article and pay $10 like this a Netflix special because I'm not going to be keeping up with all them trials in L.A. crowd. I don't care nothing about it. I only cared about Tory Lanez because he was a celebrity, and Megan, my sister, and that's a celebrity. I love Megan. Yeah, ever since WAP. Okay, so I don't really care about subscribe. I'm not subscribing like to Netflix, like a Netflix special. Unless somebody give it to me for free and give me the login code, we can kind of read some of them highlights of your handwriting. Then we'll get into it. Okay, we'll get into it. But because of the success of Milagro Grams on her mind, Megan Cuna started to become a YouTuber because she saw how successful they were, and she said, "Hey, let me start becoming let me start getting to the YouTube space and more of the video forum space. So she started doing that as well. Okay. So it's nothing you can be jealous about. Ain't nothing you can be a hater about. It is what it is. You can say, I know a lot of people in here is gonna say it's the system. Oh my gosh, he didn't have a fair trial. Whatever how you try to spin this, he did it. He was found guilty, and now he have to spend 10 years in prison. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, 10, a decade in prison, because of a decision he decided to make is to shoot Megan Thee Stallion, a black woman. Our ancestors are proud that finally that we are getting justice for a black woman. Typically, it's difficult for a black woman to be believed. If you look at the data, black women are not getting justice. Black women are being victimized at such a high rate, and they're not getting their cases solved. And a lot of black women are, in most of those cases, are getting victimized by black men. And I'm not being involved. I remember on WGN News here in Chicago, most of the victimization is happening with black women. And most of the it's breaking records in the crime statistics, and they're being victimized by black men. Because most black people commit crime with the same race in the same community. And a lot of them don't be believed because they're black. Because they're a black woman. Oh, you strong, you can handle. Maybe you wanted it. Maybe you wanted it to happen. Maybe you wanted him to just pop you in your toe. Maybe you wanted it. That's a sick way of thinking. But that's how they treat black women. They discard black women. And then you have other black women that create these false narratives and put it on the internet and say, well, it is what it is. She ain't innocent. She did it. And to this day, they still believe that she didn't do it. That was not a bullet. It was glass. And they said it wasn't no bullet. It was all plastic. They were just putting all these rumors out. All of this fake news that they were putting out on the internet, and people was believing it. They were believing it because these YouTubers were putting it out and they were going viral, but they were not telling the truth. It was all lies. If it was the truth, then he wouldn't be getting no 10 years. He wouldn't have got a guilty verdict if what they were saying were true. But it was blatantly all a lie. It was. And it's okay to say, you know what? I apologize. I'm sorry. I told a lie. I told a lie. And move on. But your pride and your ego won't let you say that. Your pride and your ego won't let you do that. Your pride and your ego won't let you do that. Because you thought all of that misinformation, all a bunch of lies, misinformation, lie after lie. And people were believing it. They were literally believing the lie. Oh my gosh. I believe it. Yes. Go ahead, darling. He's getting out. Because a black man, he's getting out right now. Oh, yes. He didn't do it. Oh, I best believe. Drop some bells and carrots and apples and oranges in the chat. Drop some carrots and apples and oranges in the chat. He did not do it. He's walking around free. He got it in the bag. Did all of that. And now it's crickets. Now you ain't got nothing to say now. Now it's all, whew. Oh, I'm so shocked. What? I get it. So we're going to open up the phone lines and let you all call in, but I want to hear y'all thoughts. So give me a second here for those that came in that are new to the chat and that have not heard the news. Tory Lanez have been sentenced to 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison. 10, a decade in prison. They're predicting that he will be 41, 42, about 41, 42. I got to get his age to know how old he would be if he get released. And so I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to act like I am a lawyer. So a lot of times people will have to give me an understanding and let me know how much term do we have to serve. 80% of it, you can let me know in the chat. But as of right now, I'm not going to give you a number because, like I said, I don't know the number like that. I don't know at all. So again, I am going to put out the number here, and we're going to break down here. I want to hear from the audience to see what do you all have to say, and I want y'all to break it down, give y'all opinion, and get not right now. Y'all already blowing up the cell phone here. Hold on, child. Give me a chance to boot it up, and I want to hear the thought. Give me a chance, and of course, you have to. We do a caller one at a time. Okay, we're doing callers one at a time. So you have to give us a chance here. So hold on 1 second while we get these lines booted up here. So give me 1 second while it happened. I know a lot of y'all upset, but you're in your feelings. But be in your feelings. Be mad at yourself. Be mad at yourself for believing all this misinformation. Be mad at yourself for believing all of this misinformation. Yeah, be mad at that. Be mad at that because you was believing it and sucking it up. You was believing in it and sucking it up. But be mad at yourself for believing that. That's why you have to verify your information. You got to be careful who you watch. And if you can't verify it, it may not be true. If you cannot verify it, it may not be the truth. So give me a second here. Let me get these lines open so we can get into these things here. Oh yes, I know it. Hold on. And then moderators, y'all can post the number in the chat. We are ready to open up the phone lines here. Okay. And just open up that. We are ready to open up the phone lines. The number is, I'm going to post it on the screen here because I know some of you all are watching on your television screen. So we are opening up the phone lines right now. Okay. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. How you doing?
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good.
Well, hey, this is my first time calling in.
Yes,
so I'm a fan of yours. Yes, Wiley. I love you. You're doing your thing, and you keep doing what you're doing. It's going to pay off in the long run. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay firm to what you're doing. But anyway, about Tory. So I put a little statement up. Tory, he deserves, this is his karma for everything else he's done. You know how he beat up August Alsina and all these other people, all this stuff he was doing in the streets, and being disrespectful, rude, and just everything that he's done. So this is his karma. So let him sit for 10 years. He deserves it. Period.
Do you feel like as a Black woman that this is good for Black women across the board that have been victims by Black men? Do you feel some type of hope that that it could change where more and more Black women could get justice? Because if you look at the data, they're not getting enough justice.
Yep. So let me tell you the issue with that. So, I'm a woman in my 40s, and I live in Atlanta, and I'm a successful Black woman. And so I've worked in corporate and scratched my way to get to where I am through being a good person, basically. So the point I'm trying to make is I've been treated unfairly in life, in all kinds of different ways. I have been sick, and people have treated me like with no empathy. They don't care. And so that's what happens to us Black women. They don't care about us. So with that being said, Black women, what we've done is we've always coddled and been there for the Black man. And even if he whooped our butt or took advantage of us, we still made sure he didn't get in trouble. We didn't call the cops. We always protected the Black man. So it's good to see that Megan didn't protect him. and he's getting what he deserves. And black women need to stand up and stop taking crap from these black men, and let them deal with what they deserve by their behavior. Period. So if they don't treat us good, then if they hit you, call the cops. Stop protecting them. That's how I feel about it.
Absolutely. 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 Stop protecting them. The number is on the number. The moderators do have the number up on the screen here. The number, and I'm going to put that in there. As you all can see, that is the Tory Lanez of going to be how he's going to look for the next 10 years. 972-674-9462. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for calling in.
Of course, Wiley. You take care.
All right, thank you. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wally, thanks for going live and breaking this news. I heard it here first. Tory got 10 years, but in my humble opinion, I think 10 years is too much, honestly speaking. Can we talk about that? Because people that are people, and they didn't even get 10 years.
10 years about, what do you mean by that? For what?
10 years is a long time for Tory, as opposed to somebody that are someone who got less than 10 years.
Okay, but
So
my
can
thing,
we
but
say
we
10
talking
years
about
is
California
too
law,
long?
though. You talking about in California? We talking about California law. He had a weapon that was not registered to him. You know,
The weapon was not found. Can we say that?
you said the weapon
Was
not
the weapon found?
But again, she was shot. You don't need a
It's
weapon.
understandable, but the weapon was not found. It's because he's a celebrity. That's why they're doing this, and I think it's unfair, Wally.
Oh, you
so
said
we're
it's
going to
unfair
call it
for
what
that?
it is. It's unfair.
Okay.
10 years is too long.
So I want to ask you a
could have
question.
done it
I
for
want to ask you a
5.
question.
Yes.
I want to ask you a question. If it's unfair, so Megan is a liar, and so is her best friend when she testified when she talked to the prosecutors, when she said it in that office and broke down and said he did it, she's a liar too.
Honestly speaking, I think it was a plot for her to say that he did it.
I'm talking about
In
back
my
when
humble
it first
opinion.
happened. I'm not talking about in court. I'm talking about when it first happened. You think that
when it first
was a
happened,
plot?
I believe it was a plot.
Okay.
Because she was still with Megan, and they plotted this. In my humble opinion,
was it a plot when Tory Lanez had the order of protection to stay away from her when the baby brought her out? That was a plot too for him to do that, or do he take blame for that too? Was it a plot?
Well, to my understanding, he could have been there because she was already off stage.
But do you think that's wise to do that though? Do you think that is wise that if you have order protection, you cannot be around your victim at all? Do you think it's wise to be at the same festival as her, knowing that you're facing a pending charge, all these pending charges? Do you think that's wise? Because his career is rapping, so he has to make his money, right? He had to pay more money too. He had to pay more money to the courts because he violated the order. He could have went to prison. He could have went to jail because he violated the order. So you all are saying this, but y'all giving Tory a pass for just violating the order. And then what did not?
And you want to know why I'm giving Tory Lanez a pass? Because Megan in the beginning said she spared him. If he would have did it, why spare him? Why try to spare him? And when Milagro got in her ASS, and then she was mad at the bloggers, that's when she gave in and said Tory did it. That's what made me pissed at her. Because if he did it, she should have just came forward and said Tory did it.
So you're saying
because if the shoe was on the other foot, and if Wiley, you say they wouldn't have spared you. Honestly speaking, they would not spare you, Wiley, because you were a man.
So you're saying because he's a celebrity, he did it not because he did the crime, but because he was a celebrity, or because he's black. Which one is he?
Because they say Rock Nation. I don't know what to believe.
So Rock Nation. And what did you get that information about Rock Nation? Who told you something about Rock Nation? What did you hear?
From the daddies and the bloggers.
Who was a blogger? Name their names.
Milagro Graham.
Excuse me?
Milagro Graham.
Who was that?
The blogger.
And who was she associated with? When you say Milagro Grahams, have she been on the Tory Lanez?
Tory Lanez.
And what did Tory Lanez promise this Milagro Grahams?
Her and Academics are a podcast.
Oh, he promised them a podcast.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he promised them a podcast, I'm assuming because they were trashing Megan, correct? Because they was on his side.
Honestly speaking, is around that time frame, if you want to be honest.
And then he promised them a podcast.
And then you called it out and said there ain't going to be no podcast.
And did it happen?
Absolutely not, to my understanding.
And so when she was out, when Milagro Grams, let's talk about it. When she was out in the courthouse, and when she was wanting to say hey to Tory Lanez, what did Tory Lanez do?
Walk right past her.
Do you think that was right?
Absolutely not, because I'm defending you 1,000%. Acknowledge me because I'm speaking to you in public.
And then you learn a lot of information about Rock Nation from Milagro Grams.
Yes, everything was Rock Nation. So I believed it.
And I want to ask you too that she did talk to Tory Lanez's father, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. And she also interviewed him as well.
She interviewed his father.
Correct.
Did any other media outlet other than TMZ interview the father? Gayle King, Oprah?
No, to my understanding, to my knowledge.
But for a fact, Milagro Grams did talk to the father.
That's 1,000% correct.
So my thing is, if you're being promised a podcast, I mean, hey, you're going to defend. Truth go out the window. Because let's be clear, when you heard Milagro Grams reporting as a viewer, you probably believe that Tory Lanez was set up, that it was a system.
Yeah, because she was so passionate.
Because she was so passionate. That doesn't make it right. But let me ask you this question. Did you go read Megan Cuniff reporting on her stuff or the LA Times? Did you go to journalists and read?
Wiley, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I get my information from you and Milagro Grams. I'm not even going to lie. But being that Milagro Grams is not there now, Byron, what's his name? Dennis Byron posts something, because I'm thinking like, Milagro, yeah, you got the money because your fans send you money. Like, have somebody that's a mob that's 1,000% reliable for you to get the information, because we the people was getting so much information from you before you were banned from the courthouse. So it was for your best put your best foot forward to have somebody in there so you could break down the news, as opposed to me now having to go to Megan page on YouTube to get the news, because the number one person I was trying to get the news from is not reporting on it right away, or how she was in the beginning.
And why do you think that Milagro wasn't there? What happened?
Didn't she get banned?
She did. And what did she do? Like, didn't Megan Cuniff picture was taken when she was on the laptop?
Yes, she was on the laptop. Yes.
Wasn't somebody recording in the courthouse as well? They were recording, going live, asking questions outside in the hallway in the court building. You remember that?
That's correct.
And you do know that's against the rules.
We did find that out, yes.
You know why? Why Megan Cuniff didn't get put out? Because she understands the rules, because she's been doing it for decades.
So you're trying to say rules and regulations. That's correct.
The problem is with Milagro Grams, I use her as an example because she was the boogeyman, the boogie woman in this case. And she was putting out all of this information. She was the Fox News, really. She was literally Fox News. It was no truth. It was just because she was loud and passionate, that don't make it to be the truth. I can be passionate all day that say I am a barbecue grill. I'm a barbecue grill. I could just be just as passionate. But you know, in reality, I'm not no damn barbecue grill. But if you say it over and over and over again, I am a barbecue grill. I'm a barbecue grill, and spew it for hours. Because one thing and let me ask you this. How long do Milagro Grams go live? How many hours do she go live?
It varies from 3 hours to 8. It varies.
But she do go live for a long, lengthy time.
That's correct.
So if you're listening to a person for a minimum of 4 to 5 hours a day, you will start to believe this person, correct?
And become accustomed. That's correct.
And then typically, if you listen to her, you're probably not going to listen to Megan Cuna because they're slave masters. You know, they're evil. They're all like, they want to bring the black man down. So you ain't gonna go listen to them. You listen to her.
I agree because I'd rather listen to my radio.
Are you a Trump fan?
No comment.
Do you watch Fox News?
No comment.
Do you know what happened on
No, I don't.
Do you know what happened on January the 6th?
When they broke in the thing, yeah.
Why do you think they did that? What made them do that?
Because of Trump.
And what network? If you had to name the news network.
Oh, Fox. Well, I just feel like I'm on a damn stand. I ain't messing with you.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. It's whatever you consume, you duplicate what you consume. My argument is whatever you're watching. I can tell who you watching by the talking points. I know you was watching Milagro Grams because she was spewing out a lot of lies, and then it makes sense. And then I was like, no, because I took time to listen to Megan Cuna, even though I would trash her because I'm a jokester, but I still listen. I said, when I heard that Kelsey, when they were able to play that tape of her crying and saying that Tory did shoot Megan, I said, that's it for him.
Mm-hmm.
And the jury is hearing this, right? But
yeah,
when they came out on the streets, they said, oh, he got it. He winning. He gonna win the appeal. He gonna get probation. Now you do know if you had a weapon or you discharge a weapon and somebody is bodily harmed from a weapon, a gun, you ain't getting no probation. Who's getting probation like that in California? Who's just gonna get a little anger management class? Like, it's just like the narratives that they were spinning. It sound good. Yes, anytime you say to black people that have been abused, been enslaved, our ancestors been enslaved,
and lost his mom when he was 11.
Right, lost his mom. So it's easy to say it's the system. That's easy to say all the time, and it could become believable. But you gotta go away the noise. This case, this ain't no innocent black. He's not innocent. Just like Kaylin Walker. Remember Kaylin Walker?
Yes, and what is it, 3-0 so far you called it?
Yes.
Or 2-0?
And where did Milagro Graham say that Kaylin Walker was innocent? She went as far to harass the victims and to say they start trashing them. And then he called into the show saying, I'm an innocent black man. It could be you, Wiley. It ain't me.
I remember.
You guilty. And we have that interview. And guess where he's at now? In prison. But most people that said, Wiley, you're a hater, you stupid, you slow, and we were right all along. I'm not always right, but in certain cases, I just look at the matter like this ain't no a typical celebrity gossip. This is a crime that was committed. It's information. This is people have been violated, right? And so we breaking down the situation as we see it. And I didn't just run with the narrative because, and you know, Kaylin Walker was a very attractive guy, correct? Well, he did her attractive. It seems to me that Milagro Grams will prostitute herself for any man that look good and that got that thuggish type of bad boy image that turns her on. Because in her history, Armand Wiggins cussed her out. That's a bad boy type of image. Anytime that you're a bad boy type of image, you cuss me at this.
Wasn't Armand Wiggins and the best friend was going to fight her?
They was going to fight her. You remember that whole debacle. Mm-hmm. So anytime that, and it happened, like she get gooped because her draws get soaking wet because it's a man involved. And then during the trial, the T was debacle. They're supposed to be reporters. It found out that Milagro Grams wanted to start flirting with Tory Lanez brother in Canada.
Oh yeah, Cupcake spilled that tea.
So they supposed to be breaking down the situation, and they up here in a whole fight over French fries. And that's the type of outlet we're gonna believe that they're gonna speak truth, break down information, and they couldn't even come together and pay for $50 French fries. They was arguing. They was ready to fight a black woman, Armand Wiggins.
Oh, you rounded up because it was $40.
$40, like $40, right? fighting. Armand Wiggins wanted to do harm, wanted to beat her up because she didn't have $40 for some French fries. And he didn't even pay for the French fries. A black woman paid for the French fries. But I thought they supposed to be the what? The new black media.
The new black media.
And they arguing over French fries. When did you last time you seen Fox News arguing over some fries?
Have never.
Roland Martin arguing over a burger. Who gonna pay for the burger?
Have never.
Going live about the burger. You never seen that.
Because you just charge it to the game and do a tax write-off.
Right. So to me, they was never concerned about this trial. And then the only reason why Neek, Milagro, and Armand teamed up just to prove me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what?
And look at them now.
They still ain't that close. We were right again. They still ain't that right. Neek was still a pick-me. She gonna play it safe and learn from the journalists. I ain't mad at her because she's benefiting the results. Armand Wiggins, he's down, his back is twisted, Percocet, white wall, he's living in Airbnb, he moved out of that big high-price estate, and Milagro Grams in Houston, mad, upset, got to spin this narrative and trash me tomorrow and dog me out because her man, to distract her audience, that her man spending 10 years in prison. I don't give a damn how you do it, how you talked about it, how you dog me out. At the end of the day, that brother got 1-0, a decade in prison, and ain't nothing that Milagro Grams can do. I don't care how loud she can be. She can get a new bra. She can put about 50,000 filters on it. He ain't getting out until the court system said you are released. Now he's a part of the California correctional system. He have to go through that. That's all I have to say to you, Icon, when it comes to that. Milagro Grams have lied to you all. She gooped you. She took your money. And guess what? He ain't free.
I think she was dropping a little tears today when she came on her show. But I do want to say this. I feel sad for Tory because once again, 10 years is a lot.
I feel sorry for Megan Thee Stallion that she was shot in her foot and had to be traumatized and harassed on the internet. I more so feel sorry for that black woman because at the end of the day, Tory Lanez had multiple chances to stop doing what he's doing, and it could have went another way. He didn't know how to take that route. I feel sorry for a black woman that had to recover for her foot being harassed, being called a liar. Her reputation was harmed. Have to go through all of this. I feel bad for the black woman. I do not feel bad for a man that made a decision to shoot Megan, made a decision to harass her. I don't feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for the black woman. Period. Point blank. I feel sorry for Megan Thee Stallion.
You can feel sorry for her, Wiley.
I don't feel sorry for. I don't. I do not feel sorry for him because
Wiley, she did gain in this situation. We're going to call it.
I don't feel sorry for him because when he brought his
gained a lot in this situation.
I understand when he brought that boy, his son, to the courthouse. I knew he was evil. Why would you bring your son to?
But Wiley, a lot of black people do the same thing.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Tory. He brought his son, and when he was found guilty, the family was crying, the baby was crying, falling out of the chair, everybody was crying, seeing his daddy walk. Do you know how traumatized that son going to be probably for the rest of his life? All because Tory wanted to pull a PR stunt that failed.
But if I was in Tory Lanez's shoes, and hopefully I would, let me knock on wood, baby, I would have, because there could be that one juror that be like, oh, his son, like you get what I'm saying? So I think everybody would have probably did the same thing, son or daughter.
Thank you so very much for calling in, giving your thoughts and your reason. Man, all right. The number is 972-674-9462, 972-674-9762, 974-674-9462. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. 972-674-9462. Type it in the chat here, 972-674-97. Okay, post it in the chat. Moderators, can y'all post the number in the chat? Thank you so very much. Post the number in the chat. There we go. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you for answering, and thank you for covering this story and giving an update. And this is just my opinion, and I do agree with you on a lot of what you said tonight. But it's over for Tory. Tory has 10 years now to get himself together and work on having a comeback in Canada, because won't he be deported after his 10-year sentence?
Oh, yes. He's gone. He's deported.
Okay. So, at first he was doing a great job of putting out some uncertainty about his case and having the public opinion kind of sway it. But at first I didn't want to believe it, because why would someone famous making money do something so stupid, do something that some of the thugs do out in the street, not caring about their future and stuff. And, him having a child, you would think he would, think, okay, I'm not going to do this. I have a child to take care of. Screw these women. I'm going to go get somebody else, But after, him being, after the trial and everything, I can believe it or not believe it, but he was found guilty. So therefore, I do believe it. Yes, the justice system can be unfair to Black people, especially Black men. But in this situation, Tory had his chance that if he did not do it, to say who did it. Instead of just sitting back and saying you don't want to be a snitch or whatever, when it comes to your freedom and it comes to like your generational wealth, you have to put yourself first, your family first, and go ahead and say what happened. Who cares if people consider you a rat or a snitch? This is your life on the line. This is your family, your generations to come after you. People don't realize that what you do sometimes can affect your family for generations. Megan did not want to say anything, and she didn't have to. That was a state. But I'm glad that she went in and she gave her statement. One thing I do hate is that they tried to blast her SCX life, because that's none of my business who she slept with, because who I sleep with is none of her business. I do also feel like they tried to make her look bad and give her a bad name of sleeping around. She's young, whatever. That's not my child. I'm not her. She can live her life. She's young. Now, as far as the friend, Kelsey, I think that she should have been charged with something, because I think she had a part in it. One moment, I wanted to think that she did it. But with you saying that she went to court and it was Clay that she said that Tory did it, I have to believe the statements from those people. We're living in times where the black woman is, the least respected. People don't care. Some people don't care about what happens to the Black woman. So I'm glad that Megan got her justice, and people need to realize that she didn't bring the charges up. Am I right?
No,
Wiley?
The state of California.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. She didn't bring the charges up. This is the state. So if people want to be mad, they should be mad at the state. Now, Milagro Graham, I want to know why she has this liking and this need to be around men who are abusive to women. So it makes me look at like she needs some type of help, because she's not mentally there. Everybody is not innocent, just like everybody is not guilty. You should go in being unbiased. I don't listen to her anymore because I feel like what she says is a bunch of foolishness. She sounds ignorant. She does remind me of Lonnie Love, except I like Lonnie Love better. Not Lonnie Love is a comedian and uses her brain. I just feel as though whatever Milagro Graham had planned, it flopped. It really flopped. Harriet Tubman is not coming to free him out of no prison. If Milagro Graham really wants him out, she needs to put the bill for it, which I'm pretty sure she does not have the money for. And I don't know why they don't realize that Tory Lanez used them. He didn't care anything about them, but I guess they used each other. So thank you for sharing this story. I hope that other people, especially in the celebrity world, realize what happened, and that yes, you can go to prison. Look at Shine. Look at all the other ones. You're not invisible. It's not like you can't be touched. So this should be a message for all, and people should let Megan go on, make her music, stop taunting her, stop harassing her, let her live her life, because she had no plans of bringing this up. people need to get mad at the state. Thank you.
All right, they need to get mad at the stay here. At the end of the day, that is who they need to get mad with. And if you get into this and having this conversation here, that is definitely have to get mad at the state. You cannot get mad at anybody but the state. The number is 972-674-9462 is the number here if you want to call in and give your opinion. I want to share something here from the Huffington Post here. Give me 1 second. They're covering this, and this is a part of the story. A Los Angeles jury found Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, guilty of all 3 charges against him, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded, unregistered firearm in the vehicle, discharging a firearm with gross negligence. After a 2-week trial in December, the 31-year-old Canadian rapper pleaded not guilty despite damning evidence and testimony. His former attorney, George, said after the trial, Tory Lanez's team will consider all options, including an appeal, which can be filed after sentencing. Tory Lanez's current lawyer, Joyce or Jose, I'm going to say Joyce. Y'all see it. And Matthew may appeal his conviction. The Associated Press reported. So as you can see right now, the system was divided up into 2 days after the court heard from Tory Lanez, his father, and multiple others by the way of letters sent to the judge. So that is what we have right now. He will be spending, again, 10 years in prison. Okay, 10 years in prison is what he's going to be spending the rest of a part of his life, 10 years. And if he is 30, what would they say? He's age 31. So he probably will not see the light of day probably until he's in his late 30s. His late 30s. Wow. The late 30s. Okay. They said Icon was wrong. The gun was literally found underneath Tory's seat in the car. All right. So that's how that goes. Anybody else want to call in? I just want to hear y'all thoughts because I told y'all they was wrong again. Somebody said here, they said thank you. They said thank you for, let me see what they're saying. Thank you for the information. I can't believe this happened. 10 years is a lot. They said Megan, someone said this quote, wait, Megan and Stallion, no, Megan got shot, just joined. All right, so people are sending their super chats in as well. They sending their Cash App in as well. So we thank you so very much for watching this video. They say if he got away with it, he would have been humble. He wouldn't have been humble. He probably would have been even more problematic. They say, and then he can see the light in Canada when he's deported. It just talks on both sides, really telling anything 10 not enough. Honestly, I believe he need more than 10 years, to be honest. I really believe so. I really believe he need more than 10 years. But we said he's going to serve this time in prison. I told you all this was going to happen. He is going to get prison time, and this is what it is. This is what it is. Okay, this is what it is. All right. So anybody want to say something else? Thank y'all so very much for tuning in to the Wiley Show. Like I said, I'm not gonna have no long lengthy video. Y'all got the drama. Y'all got the tea. Y'all got the information. I want to say shout out to the producers for being here. Tory Lanez, you deserve to have this happen to you because you had no right to do this to Megan Thee Stallion. I want to pray. Megan have not released a statement yet. When she released her statement, I would definitely bring it to you all in the future. So again, that's $ Marquise Wiley 28 is the Cash App. Someone asked for it. Moderators post the Cash App information in the chat. We'll be back for more information and get more like fallout and detail. Okay, we got another caller. All right, y'all call in, child. We ain't gonna wait on y'all. Y'all better call. Okay, hold on one. Hey, caller, you live on the air. Give me 1 second where they can hear you. Can you hear me, caller? Okay, give me one. Oh, you stepped outside, you said? Hold on one second, because I want them to be able to hear you, okay? Because I know you want to talk about Tory Lanez. Give me 1 second here. We like screening the calls here, so we don't get no trolls. So you're a real person. So give me 1 second here while we bring you up. So Yeah. We have the trolls calling in, so we have to do something on the back end. So we have to go through the screen of calls. Okay, go ahead. Tell the people what's on your mind.
Okay, I am so delighted to take a little break for breaking down them boxes to say that that justice was served today. You know what I'm saying? Justice was served. He deserves. I don't care if they gave him 10 years, 10 decades, 10 minutes. I don't care because he did it, and I watched the whole thing from the beginning. Like when it first happened, and it's like I don't know. Maybe I just be looking at stuff a little too closely. Cause I used to be listening to them million trillion hour long lives that Milagro Grams was giving. And I used to be watching her like live and spread misinformation in real time. And I'll never forget that at one point I actually thought that Tory Lanez was her like actual blood brother. Like, did anybody else think that was her actual blood relative in the beginning? Cause I did. I was like, dang, they got her brother. I ain't know Tory Lanez had a sister in Texas, in Houston. Oh my God. Okay. But yeah, like, Tory was literally co-signing it. Besides that podcast and stuff, I don't know what he was whispering to Milagro in the back end. I don't know what they was talking about on the phone. You remember Milagro Graham's friend came out and said he was on three-way one time with them. And, he kind of heard about what was happening back then, too. So it's just a shame that, like, black people in general, just, they so, like, with the BS. Like, they will support, like, the most malicious, like, people, like Kaylin Walker, like Tory Lanez. I don't know who else Ping Milagro gonna ride now. I don't. She probably caused a January 6th riot. Now, what you think? She on her Trump stuff, huh? Because I don't know, but it's just sick. Okay, I mean, for somebody to be married and have 2 children. They said her mama missing on Lipstick Alley. I don't listen to her no more, but they said her mama missing on Lipstick Alley. But for somebody to have all of that stuff going on, to just be so desperate and just so sick and obsessed with a celebrity and want to claim him as her brother and have sexual relations with him, it's just too much. It's sick. It's sick. So I'm glad he got 10 years. I don't care if he got 10 years. I hope he dropped the soap. I do fight. I fight. You know what I'm saying? I wish somebody would in real life. Let me stop. I ain't gonna get it demonetized. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Protect black women. I'm against all the mammies who be trying to support these people that be injuring and hurting black women. It couldn't be me. I'm glad that the black men in my life protect me. I am so glad that I can protect myself. I'm not caping for nobody that want to put hands on. I don't like nobody that's 5 feet and under. I don't mess with nobody too short. Y'all weird. Let me stop. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? People out here be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And God bless America. I hope he gets sent back to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people in Alabama. I'm just on my real black stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I can't. Not no mammy. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and finish breaking down my boxes, Wiley. Love you. It's a good string. Keep speaking up for people who need to be spoke up for real.
Thank you so very much. You have said it all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye now.
Bye. She has said it. Oh man, I had to catch my breath. They said we need a statement from Megan. All right. Anybody else want to call in? The number is 972-674-97. 972-674-9462. 972-674-9462. All right. That is the number here if you want to call in and give your thoughts. Yes, justice was finally served. Justice was finally served. All right. Thank you all so very much for y'all support, for coming on the show today. This was wonderful. Y'all heard it here first that Tory Lanez will be serving 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison. 1-0. Want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. Thank you all so very much. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. Thank you all. I'm about to watch my TV outside because I'm homeless, as they say. And I'm going to rejoice in my homeless shelter. The 10-year sentence of Tory Lanez. Let me know in the comments. I don't care if you drag me because I'll read everyone. Just don't cuss. Peace.